Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany. I do anything fiber related on this channel, and today is no different. We are doing kind of the final part of my trip. I'm going to be talking to you guys about everything that I did in Toronto. Hoping this is going to be like the last yarn haul of any sort in a very long time. My new goal for the rest of the year is to not buy any more yarn. I'm just fully content. If I do buy more yarn, it's only for the purposes of finishing the yarn that I already have, and then hopefully I can start doing vlogs again. I'm hoping the next video after this I'm planning to do a yarn corner, so another podcast just talking about everything I've been working on this last month or so, and we can start doing vlogs again because I really miss the vlogs and kind of showing you guys along the process of everything that I'm doing. Thank you so much to June's Journey for sponsoring this video. If you guys didn't know, June's Journey is an app that you can download on iOS and Android. It is a hidden object mystery game where you follow the main protagonist, June Parker, as she tries to solve her sister and her sister's husband's murder, as well as uncover family secrets. What you have to do is find different clues and look for different things in the image. This is honestly super nostalgic. Me and my sister used to play these types of games all the time when we were kids, and it's cool that I can just play it on my phone, and there's so many different extra aspects of the game that you can have. So you actually get an island that you can decorate from all the scenes that you complete. You level up your stars, you get points, and so you can use that to decorate however you like. You can download June's Journey for free by clicking the link below in the description or scanning the QR code on the screen. Again, June's Journey is available on Android and iOS mobile devices, and you can even play it on your PC through Facebook games. On to Toronto. I went to Toronto because Knit City Toronto was happening over the weekend that I was there. I thought it would just be nice to be able to compare between the different Knit Cities. So I've been to Knit City Vancouver twice. This is my first Knit City Toronto and the first Knit City Toronto there has ever been. Honestly, I was super overwhelmed. It's so much bigger. There were so many more vendors, or at least it felt like it. I don't know, maybe the space just felt either more cramped. They fit more sections, I guess, maybe, in this one convention center. But yeah, it was so lovely to meet everybody. There's definitely a lot more people who came up to me versus Knit City Vancouver, which was very funny, but it was so nice meeting everybody who came up to me, thank you. It honestly made it feel like the trip was worth it, because I was contemplating whether to go to Knit City or not. It was definitely a different experience going with friends, so I just went with a couple people from Toronto, and it was kind of nice being able to go on my own, kind of not worrying about other people. For example, I went with my mom, didn't want to keep her waiting for very long, and so when I went, it felt like we all had our own goals and our own reasons to be looking for stuff. It was more just very helpful, having people there to help you make decisions, kind of guide you through your shopping process, I guess. It was so nice seeing the different vendors and seeing indie dyers that are in kind of the East Coast versus West Coast. Fun seeing a lot of people that I had seen before. It was hella overwhelming. I would say it was probably more overwhelming than Knit City Vancouver. Just, I think there was a lot more people. It felt a lot more because everything kind of felt squished almost, it was really hard to go through people's booths, kind of look through the yarn, because there would be people already there looking at the yarns, and you just don't want to be in the way, and then you feel like you're in the way, and you're oh my gosh, okay, I guess I can't, you're in the way of my way, but I'm in the way of everyone else's way, so I'm just gonna get out of the booth. I kind of just did a lot of window outside shopping, and did a bunch of rounds, which was the funniest thing. We would just meet up again. I'd be okay, I did this circle 3 times, guys, where do you want to go? So the first thing I got, my friend really was recommending me to get some wool insoles, and I have been eyeing some, but I wasn't really sure where to get them. So she recommended this place. The brand is Revolution Wool Company, pure Canadian wool. It's just these felted insoles. They're for comfort and warmth and wick moisture, which is very funny because my feet are very sweaty and smelly, so these are perfect for me. But yeah, it's really cool. I got the women's 9, kind of in between sizes, so if you need, you can always cut the shape so it fits your shoe perfectly. I'm gonna have to pick a shoe I'm gonna put this guy in, but they're quite cool. Very nicely felted. There's a Long Way Homestead, which is where I get my monthly fiber from, and they had some dishwashing felted kind of squares, which I was really tempted by, and then they also I think there was an exfoliant one, and I told myself I was gonna go back and get them, but totally forgot. So we just have this one felted thing, and they're really cool and really pretty, and I feel like I'm gonna discolor them for sure. Kind of looked around, wasn't feeling any of the hand dyed. I don't know, I just wasn't that wasn't my main focus of Knit City. I really wanted to look at the farms and look at the farms and just kind of peruse, because at this point I had already bought so much yarn on the trip. It was just like looking at things that may or may not inspire me. I did see Wandering Flock, which is a place that I was really curious by. They've been like a hand dyeing company that I followed for a really long time, and their place was beautiful. Their yarns were beautiful. I was surprised that they only really dye singles, like merino singles. I would have bought a sock or something if they had it, but they did not, so it was good. It was good for the wallet. We were safe. We were good on that front. But then, you know, you accidentally just like walk around and you just see something that catches your eye. And for some reason, I was really gravitated towards the Koigu. They've had a booth in the Knit City, Vancouver, and I've never really thought to buy any of their stuff. Like nothing ever really caught my eye, but they had this really huge basket. And it had just like the fluffiest yarns ever. The yarn that kind of caught my eye immediately was this one. It's called Masham Koigu Origins. I think I was also really into things that I just couldn't get in Vancouver. It's just, that was like my mindset all through kind of Scandi and Knit City in Toronto. So I saw this guy and I freaked out a little. It was so cute. Like, look at how bunchy, it's so big, it's so fluffy. It is Masham Bouclette, 100% wool. It's 90 meters. I have no idea what I'm gonna make with this, which is probably not the greatest thing, but again, it's a product of Canada. They're from Ontario. Like, that's freaking cool. It's just like this really beautiful, just fuzzy little boucle. Like, I can make either a hat, I can make like a little pouch, I can make like a little bag, just any sort of little thing. I think also mixed with a mohair would be like lovely. Excited to see what I get up to with this, but it was the only one in the basket. Like, there was another one, but it was dyed differently. Technically, there was only one of this one, so I had to pick it up, and I love it. It's so pretty and so fluffy and squishy. And so my mistake was continuing looking at the Koigu. They actually had this one on sale. My mistake was continuing my search around the Koigu booth because it was quite big. So I was looking at the cupboards and there was stuff on sale and it said cashmere, and I was like, you caught me. So I picked up some Koigu Emmy, which is 75% merino, 25% cashmere. I think the original price was like 25, maybe 20, I don't know. But it was marked down to, I think, $15. So I was like, you know what? These colors speak to me. I just thought they were like the prettiest colors ever. Look at how freaking cool they are. So I bought 3. Now looking at this one looks a little bit different, but I swear I got the same. Yeah, they're all the same dye lot and color, so it should all be the same color, Laguna. But yeah, I've never really worked with yarn that looked like this before. I really liked how all of like the yarn, like all of the, I don't know, striping looked together. I thought it could be a really beautiful top if I wanted to. It comes with 50 grams, 130 yards, so 118 meters. I bought 3 of them, hoping I can maybe make some sort of top. I am excited to cake these and kind of see what I can do with it. I also find that these kind of yarns look really beautiful in crochet. I mean, I don't know if I'm that ambitious as of right now, but I don't know. I was looking for something different and this was like exactly what I was feeling, and it spoke to me, and I was like, you know what? You're on sale, so let's do it. And it's cashmere, and I love cashmere right now. After that, they had some fiber, so I'm like not like necessarily on like a fiber kick, but I have been itching to do more fiber. People have been talking about the Tour de Fleece. I was contemplating doing it, but I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you think we should, and like make like a little group. We could add it to the Discord, and then what you would do every day is how many yards you were able to spin. But I won't be home in July, so I don't know if I can bring my spinner where I'm going. This one fiber just spoke to me. I was like, oh, this is really cool. Unfortunately, I don't remember the company that I bought it from, because I bought it in this little plastic bag and it said it was only 15 bucks. It's merino batting. It's 118 grams. I thought it was such a great deal, but the color is what got me. So this is like, oh my gosh. Oh my god, isn't that the coolest thing ever? So it's like just full layers of just like beautiful fiber. I don't know, for $15. The lady said I should just rip out kind of like lines of it and spin it, because I've never spun with this big of a of a batting. Did need advice from her. Hopefully I'll be able to add the store in the description, but I don't know if they sell the batting like this or if this was a specific Knit City thing. Doing my rounds, not thinking about anything, and then we get back to the Koigu, because I was telling everybody about my Koigu. I was like, oh my god, look what I got, like, oh my gosh. And then so they would want to go to the Koigu, and I was like, okay, let me just look again, like, it's not a big deal. And then I just happen chance convinced myself to buy more. So again, it was in the really big basket, and I just thought, like, this is such cool yarn, like, I can't dye this myself, like, I don't have yarn like this is the coolest thing ever, let me just pick her up. So this is Aura Koigu Origins. This is what she looks like. I don't know, I guess I was in like a big fluffy yarn kind of feel, but this is just what it looks like. I think it'll just create like a really cool striping effect. Like, you can see just every single strand is like a different color. And so I just thought it would be this coolest thing to just hold single. The strand itself is really big, kind of really similar to my ballerina chunky mohair. It's 96% mohair, 4% nylon, 183 meters. So I ended up buying 3. I think I'm probably gonna make something mohair kind of similar to the mohair sweater that I've been making, and either make it, I don't know what I might make with this, but I think it'll be really fun and just so fuzzy and warm and lovely. I want to film this video as fast as I can so I can wind all these guys up into like actual knittable pieces instead of just hanks, which is funny because a lot of my other hanks I don't want to cake up because then they aren't as beautiful anymore, but these guys I want to cake real bad. The last fiber that I got kind of at the beginning, like in like where the entrance is, there was a fiber place and my friend was like, ooh, look at this one, it's so beautiful. And I was like, wait, you're right, it is so beautiful. Wait, this is a good deal, let me get it. Unfortunately, I don't remember how much it was. I think it was maybe like $8. I was looking at these rolls and I was like, what is this? And I look closer and it's Angora goat. So it's 80% kid mohair, 20% wool, comb top. I don't know why it says worsted fiber. It's 25 grams. Oh, wait, this is not worsted. This is way bigger than worsted. It's comb top, so I'm assuming I can spin this. It's like I touched it and like immediately fell in love. It's just this most beautiful pink, and I've never, like, I love to dye pink and peachy yarns, but I never really pick them up, which is such a tragedy because they're so beautiful and now I really have to. So I bought 2 because 25 grams, I just feel like 50 grams I could do a lot more with, and it's just so fluffy and beautiful, and just like the perfect peachy again, I think would just really look nice on my skin, but very fluffy. The company is Belles Bouclettes.ca, so I'll have to look and see their website and see what else they have because this stuff is so freaking beautiful. It's so freaking nice. She even put it in like a little bag so the mohair wouldn't fly everywhere. That's all I got at Knit City. I feel like it was pretty tamed. Again, it was at the end of the trip, so I was like, Tiffany, we don't really need that much more, like, you know, let's be quite mindful with what we're getting. And I'm really excited because I think there will be really nice, like, fun summer pieces if I even get the chance to work on them. After that, I did end up going to only 2 yarn stores. I did want to go to like Unit or Knitting Loft, but they're kind of further away. I was able to go to Yarns Untangled, which is a yarn store that's really close to Kensington Market. It was so cute. The lady was super nice. They had a bunch of like lichen and lace, a lot of nice Noro. They had some Lang, which I don't know why I was surprised about like seeing Lang in like Canada, but it's definitely a thing. Cool, they had a lot of nice hand dyed. I just, again, wasn't looking for anything. Nothing particular caught my eye except some of like the furry little alpaca stuffies that they had in the store. Only other yarn store that my friends were saying that I really should go check out was Romni Wools. I just walked there. Really feels like an oldie. I wish I could explain it, but it feels like a very old, not like industrial, but it's not like your typical yarn store. Like, it doesn't look like a boutique. It feels like old feeling, but it's not very intimidating. It feels like like I could spend quite a long time in there, and I did. I spent quite a long time in there just because there's like bookshelves and bookshelves upon bookshelves of like different yarns. So yeah, I think they had some Shakimara. They had a lot of socks. I was really looking at some of their sock yarns, but they were quite expensive, so I couldn't get myself to do it, and I didn't love some of the self-striping patterns. I really liked that they had a lot of brands that I had never heard of before, or they also had a bunch of Cascade though at the same time, so I felt like their selection was very vast. They also had a lot of Briggs & Little. I was looking at all the Briggs & Little and I was like, oh, I have to have this in my store one day, because Briggs & Little it reminds me a lot of Hillsvog, but just like I guess the Canadian version of it. I would love to work with some Briggs & Little yarn because I was so tempted to buy some. Like, they have a really delicious like red color, like a really bright red, and a really bright blue, but I already have those colors, so I don't need them. What was cool is that they had a downstairs area, which was like, not gonna lie, kind of creepy and kind of scary. It had cones, so they had a bunch of cones, they had a bunch of fiber that you could look at, and a bunch of like discounted yarn. They had a lot of Debbie Bliss, which I have never like seen in person or like seen like thought to really buy, and just a lot of like they also have like Romni Wool specific yarns, but I feel like they get them from like suppliers elsewhere and then just buy it and then put a label on it. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. But they had a lot of cones, like they spun a lot of cones into cakes, like a lot of like different threads into one cake, and I thought that was really cool. And yeah, just a lot of, I'm not gonna lie, we were tempted by the cones, but again, I didn't have anything in mind, and a lot of the cones didn't really say the fiber content, so I was a little iffy on whether to get them. Just the yarn store itself just felt like a nice kept secret place where, you know, the real knitters go to. Like, that's where you go if you're a real knitter. It felt really, like, I felt really cool in there. I was like, oh yeah, like I know all this yarn. Let me find the perfect yarn for me. Ooh, it's so unique and different. They were so cheap. Like, they were discounted on discounted. I bought this, so it's, I guess, an Italian Spain enterprise. I don't know. It doesn't say much on this label, but I bought two. It's 100% cotton. It was, I guess it only cost me $5. Like, funny, because like, when I was looking at this, I was like, oh, I really can't buy this anywhere else. Like, this is truly a Romni specific yarn. Oh my gosh, there's so much mohair on this already. That's hilarious. Look at how much mohair I'm picking up on this. I, throughout all of Scandinavia, was looking at sparkly yarn, like sparkly lace weight yarn, because there's a Gani dress that we saw in Copenhagen that I was like, whoa, wouldn't that be so cool if I made that? I would be epic. And it was just like this really cool, like, I think it was gold sparkly, or maybe it was like a silver. And my friend, like, every time I'd see a yarn that looked like that, like, because I think either Rico or Lang, and like Phil Kalana had that yarn, and she was like, no, don't get it, like, it's so tacky, like, you're not, like, if you ever make that, you're only ever gonna wear it once and then that's it. So I thought, like, so when I went to Romni, they had a lot of sparkly yarn, and I was really tempted to get some, but again, none of them really spoke to me. So I just decided, like, oh, why don't I just do this with a cotton? It'll kind of give me the same effect, and it's probably something I can wear slightly more, like, more all the time. Something I could wear maybe as like a beach cover up. I've been meaning to make one because I really like the apple dress by Le Pull, but from further look, I don't love, like, she changes like the stitch from like the top and the bottom, so I'm thinking maybe I'll make my own lace dress. Who really knows? I'm probably not, given the fact of how many patterns I want to make and how little time we have. So I just bought two. It's so much yarn. It's 100% cotton, 150 grams. It has 1,080 meters. I think this is 150. I guess I didn't figure that out, but if it has 2,000 each, I thought to myself, oh, 1,000 is probably like a sweater. Sweater's probably a dress. So I bought two. I was like, oh, maybe I can hold this together, but I could also hold them separate and it would be fine. It just kind of looks like this. It's super thin, but I just thought it was a really beautiful color. And if I don't do that, that's fine as well. And I can hold this together with maybe a sweater and kind of do the same thing I did with the scarlet sweater. The other yarn that kind of caught my eye was, again, just things that I thought I could never get in Vancouver. So weird. I don't know why that's just like my way of thinking and thought processing. But me and my mom went into the COS store in Toronto because I love COS. I just because of Brittany Bathgate, but also just in general because it just has the most aesthetic, like minimalistic vibe. And there was this bag there that was crochet. I don't know if I can find a link to it, but it was so beautiful. And I was like, dude, if I could make a bag like this, like handmade with a pattern, I would be the most epic person in the entire world. So I found this yarn that I thought could kind of emulate that. It's this cotton yarn. It's 100% mercerized cotton. It looks like this. I think like this color would be such a nice bag color. I hope I bought enough because there's no more color. Like I bought the rest of the color, so I really can't imagine them getting any more. But it's like this really weird, like it's flat kind of material. It's 50 grams, so it's 80 meters. I'm hoping really for the best. It says 5mm needles, so I'm probably gonna have to cake these first and then knit with them, but they're really cool. I pray we'll see. That'd be such a great summer bag too. But Tiffany, I know myself and I know that I am just everywhere. Like literally I've been thinking about making cable sweaters and cable sweaters only. Like legit you not, I was like, I don't need to make any more stockinette sweaters. I'm only gonna make everything cable. And that so scary to think that my mind has been like that for a good couple days now. So I can't necessarily trust my initial thoughts on things. I really need to wind it back a bit and really think about what I want to do. And I need to start kind of picking one thing and sticking to that and not like daydreaming about all these other things. But yeah, that's it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this was fun. I hope that helped you if you wanted to go to Knit City. But also a lot of my yarns are like really, I feel like are really hard to get to, but again, I'll try to link them all in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe, push the notification bell if you want to be notified when I post next. Find me on Instagram, Discord. If you have Discord, definitely go check it out in the description below. I stream here on YouTube 1 p.m. PSD Tuesdays and Thursdays. We have a Patreon. Be first to be chosen for some of the test knits and see behind the scenes of the things I've been working on. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.